evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to GameStar TV. We're bringing you the ZOWIE GameStar Overwatch League. It's the playoffs tonight, and we're getting through to the semi-final rounds. We apologize for the wait, but it turns out that the fourth and final quarterfinal was a very, very close match. You might have thought through the break that Avant-Garde had achieved the upset and taken out Tainted Minds, but as we bring the bracket up onto the screen, you'll see that in fact Tainted Minds came out on top. A very, very close contest, and BobbyJ, we had to do a little bit of maths to get ourselves to a result.
Yeah, Avant-Garde won 2-1 on the first map, which was a payload map. So they had the faster time, so they went up 2-1. But Tainted Minds won 2-0 in the King of the Hill map, so they got 2 complete points. And they both failed on the last map to get past the defense of each team. So they ended up having a draw in the last map, so 1-1. So in total, Tainted went up by 1 single point over Avant due to the 2-0 win.
All right, so that means that it's Tainted Minds that go through to go up against Untitled Spreadsheet. So we'll just have to sort things on the overlays very quickly and then get there. So that's going to be your semi-final that we're bringing to you live on air, ladies and gentlemen. Untitled Spreadsheet going up against Tainted Minds, and they are going to fight for the opportunity to get through to the grand final and face off the winner of Chiefs versus Jam Gaming. It's another best of 3 match, and I think all of the teams are in the lobby and we are ready to go. So BobbyJ, it's time to take it away.
Thank you very much, Crisis.
In our top 14.
Sorry, guy. Hey everybody, sorry about that. Just a bit of a human error there. Forgot to press the right button, so we've had a little bit of silence there. So we'll get right back into it. Our semi-final match, as I mentioned, is Untitled Spreadsheet, Tainted Minds fighting against them, and your casters tonight again are BobbyJ and Mix05, and this time, BobbyJ, I assure you, you're live.
So that means they need to re-go through the two, like how they won, like, because did they hear that? There's
oh,
2-1,
no,
2-0.
I'm pretty sure they did hear that.
Okay, cool. So I don't need to go over that again. Well, I'm back. I'm BobbyJ here with Mix05, and we're covering the semi-final now in the ZOWIE GameStar Overwatch League here in week 1, and we've got the Untitled Spreadsheet here on the defense against Tainted Minds, and they're drafting right now. Mick, what sort of maps do you expect to see from this team?
Just as I was about to pull up the map draft, you throw it over to me. I was actually going to say that we have locked in the top 4 teams as well for next week. Obviously, as we know, Thursday nights 4 get invited, 4 qualify. So we've got Jam, Gaming, Chiefs, Untitled Spreadsheets, and Tainted Minds being invited back in to next Thursday. I can't see the map draft, so you'll have to fill me in. But I hope we see some payload maps.
I don't have it either, so I didn't copy that in. So I will do that now while you bring us up to speed with competitive mode and talk about how the community feels about competitive mode.
Well, the community feels and Blizzard replies pretty quickly. So everyone doesn't like the coin flip. They're getting rid of it soon. In the next season, sorry. They were going to keep the coin flip mode, which I'm sure a lot of viewers right now have probably experienced themselves, where you get put on defense or attack if it's a draw. And yeah, they're just obviously the mechanic's not fair in a sense that players want it to be fair, and they're scrapping it. So yeah, that's, I mean, ranked mode is enjoyable except for that, I guess. I mean, every now and then you get teammates that you obviously feel like that you're better than, but it goes both ways. You obviously get put in games where you're sort of on the lower end of the scale of skill on the team and get carried a little bit. So, and the maps have been drafted, by the way. I'm in the draft now. So
yeah, it is Watchpoint Gibraltar will be the first map, I believe, and then going on to Lijiang Tower and King's Row. So an interesting choice here, Mick.
I love myself some Jib. I love Jib. I don't know why teams don't play it a bit more, but yeah, I mean, Lijiang, the most popular King of the Hill map, and King's Row, one of the more popular hybrid maps. Obviously, we just saw it in the last series with the Woodcucks and Jam, but Gibraltar was their third map, which we didn't get to go to. So I'm glad we're starting with it. Because, yeah, like I said, I really like this map. It's probably one of the only maps you can run a sniper, although last time we saw these two teams face off, I don't know if you remember, they played that side sort of like computer/server room as you come up that little dip. Yeah, so both teams did the same strategy, just sort of grouped in there, and it was just like an all-in brawl, Lucio speed boost going all over the place, and just, yeah, lots of mixed. It's like scrappy fighting. Which both these teams really love. So, yeah. And Yuki, I think we saw him on King's Row last week. Who did they play? And he came out huge as Farah. So hopefully the addition of Yuki to Untitled Spreadsheets, will make that same impact that it did last week.
May have been against the Chiefs. They versed in the finals.
Yeah, that's right. They didn't win that series, though, did they? Yuki just played really well. Oh, did they win?
No, they beat. They
did win. Yeah, that's right. And Yuki played really well. So, like I said, a really good addition to their team. Well, it's could have been a good week for him. So, it's another game, another series, another team. Just got to keep performing at that consistent level. I don't doubt that he'll probably be on the Farah again this series. You can run Farah on both attack and defense. So I would expect to see him on the Farah. Everyone else, is it Channy who normally mixes up the tanks, plays a lot of Diva, plays a lot of Roadhog. D-Field always goes huge on the damage dealers. Noid, he's the other tank. You always see him going really hard as Winston. I think RQT is normally really solid Mercy, really good positioning. We've seen these guys played so many times. They talk for themselves when they play. So hopefully we'll get in game very soon.
As we get ready, and I think everyone is all ready up, and we're going to be loading in very shortly. How do you feel about the point system in competitive mode? While we take a short little moment before we get in.
I don't mind the idea of points. I really like that King of the Hill's best of 5, just because it does feel like it goes a little too quickly sometimes, and you obviously get the chance to play in all 3 stages. I haven't really played too much of competitive mode, so I only know the basics of the payload and escort maps. So yeah, I mean the point system's fine. It's just the coin flip that everyone's sort of up in arms about at the moment.
As we enter in here on Watchpoint Gibraltar, our first map here in the semi-final game in the ZOWIE GameStar Overwatch League here in week number 1. The semi-final game between Untitled Spreadsheet and the Tainted Minds. We've got Untitled here on the defense with Tainted on the offense. And take us through these character selections here, Mick.
Yeah, so as I mentioned, RQT on his Mercy, refs playing the Lucio with Yuki on the Farah, which we also predicted. Mosh is a new name to me on the Reinhardt. Raz on Farah, which is really effective with that sort of server room strategy if they go with it again. And GMB on the Roadhog, same thing, just really nice in close quarters, does so much damage. He's kind of played as like the DPS tank, which is why Roadhog's sort of fallen into meta. We'll see if the attacking team stays Shani on Widow. That's an interesting pick, especially knowing the grouping style that Spreadsheet likes to play, but we'll see. Elmo on the Mercy, D-Field on the Farah, he's a really strong damage player. Moonshot on Winston, Noid on Reinhardt and Godswell, just switching to Lucio last minute there as the gates open, mate.
As they get ready to go, the gates are open, and the winner of this game will face the winner of the Chiefs and Jam gaming matches happening right now. Well, but covering this. This is power rankings teams 2 and 3. All teams that are in the semifinals get to make it back. They get auto-invited for the playoffs next week. So expect to see all these teams again in week number 2 of the ZOWIE Overwatch League, as they've already capped the first point, Mick, and they're holding on to that little control room on the side.
Yeah, they've just gone for a quick speed boost out now. You can see the teams are really split up. You've got the Reinhardt and Lucio for the attack on the floor, which they're not really getting involved in the fight at all. Lucio drops from the defending team to stop the payload, and as the fight still goes on, no one's fallen yet though.
Yes, D-Field gets hooked though, and he's fallen. The first one down, GMB, big hook there. Now he's got Elmo in his sights, trying to jump around. The Mercy has fallen down, and they're going to have to regather for themselves here in Tainted Minds.
Yeah, it was a nice solid hold from defense. We've got ultimates up on the Winston and the Mercy for the attacking team. The Winston can hopefully do a bit of zoning with that ultimate, and obviously you got RQT on the defensive team with his ultimate already as well.
The payload comes up the hill here. Channy and Noid on the right here at the very start. Channy just firing away at Mosh's shield here on his Reinhardt. And they look to set their sights on them now as they've come into the checkpoint and they're ready to start a rumble. As Moonshot targets Yuki here in the back, as Refs and Mosh are grouping up together with Raz trying to take on Noid and Godsworld over here. Godsworld's on his own now as Channy and Moonshot doing their own damage. Yuki over the top with a rocket barrage, trying to clean them up, but Moon has hit his ultimate here with Winston. He's slapping people out of the way, but a bunch of his team has fallen in Channy and D-Field, so his team has retreated here.
Yeah, as soon as you get the pick, oh, that was a nice hook on Elmo there from GMB, and they're chasing down. They're really thirsty for kills here, but will restrain themselves and play a more disciplined game and fall back now. Yeah, really strong play from the defense. They had 2 die early. Good res coming up from RQT, straight back in the fight, and just forced them back.
The defensive side just hovering around with RQT here, and they're coming, and GB gets a hook on D-Field out of the air. He's gone down. His Lucia drops down, pulling his shield, but the Lucia ult comes in from the blue side. Then both sides here, as Channy hits his ult here on the Reaper, trying to clean them up. He's taken out Mosh, and he's taken out Raz. But the res comes in from Elmo. Big work there. As, sorry, from RQT. Sorry, as they have to fall down. Elmo gets his res off now. As all teams are back up and ready to go besides RQT. Channy and Elmo have now fallen. Mosh trying to take a swing at it. Noe here in Godsworld as they, I was going to say get ready to back up, but Noe charges back into the payload. But they're here holding in the little valley point. Back up. D-Field's caught there in the server room, getting wrecked there by RQT, and Mosh taking a big swing at him, and they're going to back down. They're going to go back again, Nick.
It's really hard for the attacking team to get onto RQT with a Roadhog and a Reaper to peel. Just does so much work on a Winston. He dies so quickly. So unfortunately, they're just Moonshot really can't get to the Mercy like he would want to. And yeah, just really great organised team play coming out from the spreadsheet.
Shark jumps in at the back line, trying to get onto RQT as he jumps away, but good ult there from the Reinhardt, taking them down, but he's charged all the way to the other side, and he's out of the fight. GMB hits the big Roadhog ult, gets 2 here, taking out Channy and Moonshot. Godsworld falls to him as well. He's picked himself up a triple kill there.
I don't know what Elmo was doing there, so far back behind the defensive team, but yeah, just great peel. You saw Moonshot really tried to hunt down that Mercy, but Reaper right next door, Roadhog pops his ult, can't get close, and just so much peel coming out from Untitled Spreadsheets just to keep that Mercy alive. And the res is so important that you really have to focus on doing that.
They've come over the top and they're looking to go into the server room. They're going to start another fight up here, and they've come on into the back line, and Channy gets his Reaper ult off, but everyone gets to hide around the server room, but a bunch have dropped. The res comes in here from RQT. Straight away, Yuki hits the rocket barrage, picking up kills left, right, and the center as the Lucio ult comes down on top to help their health files. Moonshot hits his ult here on the Winston, trying to snipe people outside the server room, and people are healed up here, topped up from RQT, and they've held on here.
Interesting, we've seen D-Field swap to Genji. I feel like Genji doesn't really pay off until he gets his ultimate up. So it's just a really risky swap to get on a character that really needs his ultimate to be effective. I mean, he can be effective if he can get to the back line, but with his grouping, he doesn't really do anything unless you have the ultimate. So, and he's just switched off again to McCree. they're getting desperate, and it's just really sad to see when, you know, you switch to Genji, it doesn't work out, you don't get the ult, you switch off again. We'll see what happens with McCree.
They choose to fight here down on the lowest point here on checkpoint number 1 is GMB. Corners a Reinhardt in the corner. He has nowhere to go, and they've already cleaned them up as the rest of his team cleans up in the background. Big plays from GMB.
It's a really hard mountain to climb now. Even if they do push this point, I feel like it's going to be tough getting through the second and third point. That third point especially can be really hard to get through. So well, they've still got a minute. They've still got probably two good pushes left in them. We'll see what happens.
As they've chosen to come on the underpass, half the team go there, and half the team are in the server room. They're split up here as Noe is Mosh is taking a big swing at ZOWIE. And Noe gets the ult here, and the Reinhardt from the blue side has fallen down along with Raz, but they still got their Mercy up to get a res off, so they need to be careful here. And the res comes in there, all 6 are back up here on the Untitled Spreadsheet side. Mosh taking a big swing, and then the res comes in, so every member is back up 6v6, no res is up now. Everyone's fighting over the payload, 2 minutes 30, and the checkpoint has been cleared here in that big cluster battle here, Nick.
Yeah, they were just caught on the wrong side. They were caught in the server room, didn't realize that the payload was pushing as it was, and yeah, just a little bit slow to react. We saw Mosh really try to get that ultimate down to stop the payload, but he stunned, but the bodies still push it. The dead bodies, the stunned bodies still push it. And the Zarya from Moonshot really effective here, doing way more than the Winston. Just probably should have swapped to it a bit earlier.
I will protect the innocent.
Holding on top of the plane, to the shield. And the Tainted Minds have all scattered here down the bottom as they look to enter on the left-hand side. Noid getting ready to try and get his team pushed further. As D-Phil is trying to look for picks up on top of the balconies. Each team ready to hold on. They haven't pressed the trigger yet, but Commentator's first Raz spins around with the Reaper ult on top of that. Yuki with the Rocket Barrage, but Chenny hits his own Reaper ult, but falls down, and they've cleaned up inside the hangar on the second checkpoint.
A little bit of a questionable ult there from Channy. Yeah, I won't harp on that one, but just probably could have left it for dying and coming back with his team again. Really nice positioning here from Spreadsheet up on the plane. Just a nice drop down. They're playing really good at the moment.
Really comes around the corner as GMB tries to get his hook off, but no avail right there as they can see it coming through across the room. Raz is trying to push up here as Lucio pops an ult, and the ZOWIE ult grabs 2. GMB and Mosh both tanks are caught in there, and the rest of the team come to his aid, and they've kept him alive. Good work there from the heals, and they've cleaned them up there, and good communication it seems.
Yeah, if you want a Zarya ult on any one of your team, you definitely want it on your 2 tanks, and that's unfortunately all he got, and all she wrote. 30 seconds left. It's such a hard game. The map just gets harder, I feel. Getting through that first point, the second, third point's the hardest, definitely, and maybe we'll see. This is probably the last push, I'd say.
With 15 seconds to go, 1 push left. Mosh hits a big ult along with Lucio, but then the Reinhardt on the red side gets his own ult off, and they're looking back and they're going back and forth here as GMB has caught someone out here. Elmo, the healer, he's trying to run around, trying to get back to his team, but they've been caught on the other side. They've been split here. Mosh not letting anyone pass as they're just trying to get people off one by one. God's World and Chenny, the only ones left here on the payload. And Raz is getting ready to fire away, and he hits his ult, he gets pushed back, but he manages to clean one up, and God's World gets hooked, and I believe that's the end of the game there, Nick.
Yeah, just really solid play coming out from Untitled Spreadsheets. I feel like it took a little too long to swap on the attacking team. Like, they lost the first fight, stayed with what they had, because obviously you've charged ultimates. So wait for the play of the game and analyze it a bit more, but
coming here from the top side, and you've seen them sneak underneath us. That is a beautiful Reaper ult, spinning around, cleaning them up. Something we may have missed during the game, or I may have missed that. So I would have been like jumping out of my chair.
I think I was talking too much.
Well, he got himself a play of the match anyway, so
I mean, everyone played so good on their team. Like, it's hard to fault anyone on Spreadsheets. They played so well. Just Yeah, I mean, they just got caught out in the server room a bit too long. And we're just sort of not really aware how quickly and how far the payload was moving. There was 3 people on it. By the time they sort of realized, they went, oh no, they're getting close, let's get out there. And then they hit the checkpoint. But yeah, just solid play coming out from them. And like I said, Tainted Minds just a little bit slow to react on attack. Like, who did they want to pick? The Winston was totally nullified from the start. Like I said, Roadhog and Reaper are really strong against Winston, and definitely that Pew on the Mercy. Like, what can he do? It's not his fault. Like, it's just the character just gets totally countered by those 2 characters. And I think the ZOWIE was a lot better pick. The Genji, you know, didn't work out again. Picked him sort of with a couple of minutes left, and Genji again has to have his ult to make a real impact in this sort of grouping scenario that unfolded, and switched off him to McCree. As soon as they got to the second point, back to Farah. Like, I feel like Deerfield just couldn't get comfortable on the character, and as well as Moonsha, who was a little bit unsure of what he wanted to play as well.
So we're going to have Tainted Minds need to pick up a defensive victory here to lock it in at 1-1 before they go into the second game on Zhang Tower. Teams get ready here, Mick. We have 28 seconds. Everyone's locked in their characters. And what do you make of the offensive makeup of the Untitled Spreadsheet boys?
Genji early is not too bad. They've gone with the Winston again, but this time, look on the other team. There's no Roadhog, no Reaper. The Winston can do some big things, especially hopefully we'll see him with the Genji focus that Mercy in the back line. Yeah, I'm looking at the right team. Yeah, the defense not running Roadhog, not running Reaper. So yeah, like I said, Winston should shine here, and we'll see what happens as they move out.
And we're here with semi-final number 1, the mirror here on Watchpoint Gibraltar of the ZOWIE GameStar Overwatch League in week number 1. Got Untitled Spreadsheet on the offense, pushing the payload in and trying to get a 2-0 victory here in game number 1. Getting the first checkpoint, gonna hold on towards the server room.
Yeah, totally different setup here coming out from Tainted Minds. They've got sort of 2 holding the left, 2 holding the right. Sniper at the back who just got jumped on by the Winston, as predicted. And yeah, a bit scrappy, but here we go.
And God's World trying to move back now as GMB is getting ready on his Winston and counts in. He's gone to the server room straight away, cleaning up there as Farah falls here, D-Field. And GMB falls on the right-hand side as Yuki picks up the kill on God's World here. And they're pushing on Untitled, and it looks like they don't have an answer here in the first part of the map.
Yeah, just strong play. I mean, it's like they knew what Tainted Minds were going to pick, and you can already see how forward and aggressive they're playing. And what I mean by what they were going to pick, like the Winston and Genji are really good against comps that split up like they did. So it's just like they just had him counterpicked from the start. It was really weird.
And there's a little bit of a fight happening with the Genji and the Reinhardt just over here as Taylor's caught up to the rest of the team now. Noid's ready to hold on for his team with Zaya trying to shoot off some projectiles from the top of the plane. Team's not really engaging thus far, Mick.
Yeah, they've taken down the aggression just a little here. You can see the high ground set up from D-Field, and that's it. You can see the Winston's already gone hard on him. Little fights happening all over the joint. Lucio totally out of position there. Genji ult coming out.
And then D-Field gets a big rocket barrage off as people are rezzed on both sides. And they're going to look to continue to fight here as the Lucio ult goes down the red side. No way to get to the wall. There's nothing there. Yuki's got the damage buff on, and no one's on the Yuki, and he's just getting firing rockets off for free. No way gets hooked by Mosh. They're going down with just God's World left there, and then he's just going to get swallowed up.
Oh, they are coming in with some real confidence. Everyone just backs each other. You know, Rez is perfect there. I mean, Rez came out from both teams, but obviously more impactful for the attacking team there, because they had the Lucio follow up. Just they're playing with so much confidence right now.
Getting hooked, Gene and Mosh getting hooked. They've switched roles here. GMB was on Roadhog the last game, and now he's got a Roadhog on Mosh. No one's looked go around the corner yet from the guys from the blue side, Tainted Minds. So they look to fight here, right here at the at the corner point. As Raz gets ready to go in on his Genji, and GMB is going over the top, trying to look for Elmo. The hook comes in. Moonshot pushing forward on the Zarya, looking for the back line here for the Genji. Lloyd's following them up. GMB is still alive, but Yuki over the top, cleaning them up. Triple kill. Detail gets Yuki though in response and tries to get his own rocket barrage off, but Refs has him there, and we've got Faros going back and forth here.
Soldier 76 reporting
Yeah, Defield did a really good job there to kill Elmo. Oh, nice hook there coming out from Mosh. But yeah, no, Defield did some work there. Nice barrage coming out from Yuki, and just it's all on.
The Lucio ults go on either side, but Zarya ult grabs 3 people as half the team, but they're still alive due to the Lucio ult, and then using it to its full potential as GMB is slapping people around, keeping them off the payload, and Noah has managed to hold the shield up to keep his team in the game, but Moonshot gets hooked by Mosh, and he goes down, but everyone's rallying behind Noah right now as Elmo's trying to keep it alive, but Yuki from behind picks up a triple. Defield once again gets onto Yuki, but not.
Yeah, and this could be the end here. You can really sort of trap them, as you can see Mosh doing right now in the doorway. So solid. I'm just reading the Twitch chat. Yeah, I know Spreadsheets did a good job in their initial selection of characters, but it was interesting pick from defense.
So here we go, Yuki with some instrumental plays this game with the ultimate, but not needed here as it's just sharp shooting. Get everyone one by one. He's just cleaning house. Great job there from Yuki as Untitled Spreadsheet pick up the win 2-0 in the first match on Watchpoint Gibraltar. A time of 4 minutes 35 seconds, and we're going to move on to Lijiang Tower. What do you expect from these teams on Lijiang Tower, Mick?
I definitely expect a damaged amped Farah coming in from Untitled Spreadsheets. I assume we'd probably see the same on both sides. Farah is really strong at the moment. Damaged amped Farah on at least 2 of the points, the 2 outside points, if not all 3. The inside point, she's still pretty useful. Maybe even see a Genji. I was surprised to see Genji come out so much from Untitled Spreadsheet there. And even I know that Defield switched to a little bit on their failure of attack, but I think Genji can sometimes be good as well. I watch a lot of the North American League, and there's a couple of good Genji players that really like to play him on Lijiang. But I don't think we will see it, but I'd like to.
So get ready to go into the match, and who was your standout player of the first mirror of first map here of game game number 1, the first map, which was Watchpoint Gibraltar. So who was your standout player, Nick?
Yeah, I'd still say Yuki's doing a lot of work. I can't see the gold medal, so I can't really comment too much on about how much damage he's actually doing, but it feels like he's doing a lot. The play of the game that he had there was just direct rockets. I don't even think it was a barrage at all, just lots of direct rockets. He's definitely been a good pickup for them, and I'd say for me he's the most impactful player at the moment.
Yuki came from the team, the McCreans?
Yeah, that's right. He played. There was a lot of good names in the McCreans. Unfortunately, I don't think they just had the time to dedicate to practicing and hone their skills in, but they definitely had a lot of strong FPS players on the McCreans, as we can see Yuki, who's found a nice little home in the Untitled Spreadsheets camp.
And teams get ready. 20 minutes until they can prepare for attack here at the ZOWIE GameStar Overwatch League semi-final between the Untitled Spreadsheet boys and Tainted Minds here on game number 2 on Lijiang Tower, with Untitled Spreadsheet picking up the first win of the semi-final 2-0 on Watch Gibraltar. So teams get ready to go in. Doors have been opened, Mick, and we've got fairly similar teams here.
Yeah, just one character difference. It's the Farah and the Winston. As you can see, Mosh going really hard to cut them off the bridge. And we'll see how normally the first 1 to 2 kills are really important, as we see Mosh go down now. So now it's a 5-on-6, 5-on-5, 4-on-5. It's a really messy fight.
It's just 4-on-4 right now. And Mosh is back, and he's going to try and jump back as quick as he can. The point has been unlocked. RQT and refs get ready to cap it as the Untitled have captured the point, Mick.
Yeah, really aggressive play there from Mosh. Just kind of went in real hard to soak a lot of damage, take a lot of the fire, and then there was lots of follow-up coming in from the rest of Untitled Spreadsheets.
Getting ready to cross the bridge. Channy goes in first. Here, getting the speed boost from the Lucio. They're jumping straight onto the point, trying to go for the back line here. RQT jumps over the wall. Good work from him to evade. And again, trying to get in on the checkpoint now as Channy leads the charge. Moonshot jumping around the back, trying to grab onto that Mercy, but RQT is doing a beautiful job jumping onto different people. And the res comes in over the top. 2 people back into play, full team, 6v6. Channy's just been dropped though. Now down to a 5v6, but they get rezzed again. So, but people are still dropping on the side here of Tainted Minds. Moonshot and Elmo are both down. They're not going to be able to tap in it.
Yeah, Godswell was died on the point there, probably just trying to sort of distract everyone. Interesting swap. We had McCree come in place of the Soldier for Tainted Minds. He's now got his ultimate. Hopefully they can execute it in a way that they can take the point. This Mercy has to die though. RQT's getting his ultimate really quick at the moment.
As they choose to fight off the checkpoint here, and the ZOWIE goes down. They've instantly killed 4 members. The healers are down. They're going to have to reset me.
I don't know if I like the split fighting here. There was just a clear division of Tainted Minds, whereas we saw all 6 players from Untitled Spreadsheet there in that side point, following up that Zarya ult.
Teams are back up. Ults on both sides here. 5 ults to 5. GMB just used his ult there on the Zarya, swallowing whole 2/3 of the team as a High Noon comes in but doesn't get anyone as the Zarya ult goes in over the top, cleaning up one person. Is Channy's trying to get his ult here in the background, and he's picked up, I believe he's picked up one as Defield, and Noe pick up their own kills. Yuki gets 2 on the Soldier. They're fighting inside the checkpoint, and Tainted Minds have capped it.
Yeah, interesting that the McCree ultimate didn't kill anyone and they still managed to win the fight. Just some great teamwork coming out. It's really hard to recap the point on King of the Hill, and hopefully they can hold it. It's the ball's in their court, as we can see Untitled Spreadsheets moving through that little side corridor, the tunneling corridor.
Yeah, they're chosen the other side, on the left-hand side here, to infiltrate the map, and they've managed to get a quarter of the way up of the circle, and it's still going, but only Channy's on the point now. Noedge joined him here on the far, but they're taking people out one by one as they come through. Both sides are, it's a 5v6 now as Channy's not up, but RQT finally falls on the Mercy. Mosh is trying to chase on here onto Moonshot on the bridge. As they've been fighting off in the distance, they've been able to manage to cap it here on Untitled Spreadsheet.
Yeah, unfortunately, the Moonshot had some really nice shields. That Zarya ult was good. That'll draw a little bit more time. Hopefully they can recap it. Because that was good. That was a really good Zarya ult there. And like I was saying, Moonshot's got some really good shielding going on. He tried to keep the Mercy alive as long as possible, and even though she died, they still swung the fight. And you can see now Noah switched to her Tracer, hopefully going to do some work. Her ultimate builds so quickly, so you see her come into impact straight away.
As the Mosh jumps straight in, here we go, as the Lucio speeds everyone up with the sound barrier going down. Raz gets a really fast Reaper ult going with that speed boost, and they're trying to kill people as Elmo has dropped, and he's dropped with an ultimate, so that's going to be very crucial to his team, as Untitled are piling into the checkpoint here. They've got almost every member, they have every member inside, so they're pushing out Tainted Minds, and they've clean capped this here.
Oh, interesting res there, as he sacrifices his own life.
And they've come back here, Tainted Minds, to try to get people in, but they're bleeding one by one now.
Yeah, like you said, the Mercy died with her ult up, very crucial. Defield got knocked off the edge as well, which is 100 to 0, mechanism where you just die and full health, you're just dead.
First point.
Costly.
to Untitled Spreadsheet here and the rounds here of oh, it's a nice little overlay there. Round 1 complete. The first point here on Lijiang Tower. Just one more to go, and they've got themselves a 2-0 victory, and they can move on to the grand final, Nick.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what changes Tainted Minds implement. I mean, they're staying on the Tracer. No, just switch the Soldier. They like the McCree. Sorry, running one tank on. Oh, running one tank on both teams. Oh no, sorry, 2 tanks on Untitled Spreadsheet. So I definitely like 2 tanks. Maybe not Winston. I mean, he is good for knocking off people with the ultimate. Sorry, they're already fighting.
Yeah, they're just going back and forth in the courtyard here as Yuki's getting ready to jump the wall, but decides otherwise. But up, no, it's back down. As Mosh goes in, trying to zap some people here on the back line. Gets up here close to the checkpoint, but it seems to be a bit split here, Nick. Bit back and forward here.
Yeah, it's hard because like the Winston from Untitled Spreadsheet, Mosh really tried to kill that Mercy and distracted the Zarya. So he was drawing 2 players, just focusing the Mercy. So it was essentially like a 5-on-4 in the other fight, and you can see that Untitled Spreadsheet come out on top there.
They've got the point cap, and they're holding out here near the entranceway. Do you prefer teams to be camping near an entrance, or do you reckon back towards the checkpoint?
Where they're playing is good. Like it's the major sort of doorway that the attacking team have to come through. Interesting which way the losing team comes in, I feel.
Yeah, as they've chosen the same way as they did at the start, and they've got casualties on both sides, but only Mosh has dropped here on Untitled Spreadsheet. It looks like they're getting the best of them as they trickled in from the spawn, and they've cleaned them up here, man.
Yeah, it's really hard as a King of the Hill map to make a comeback in organised competitive play. Like you have to be really clean, execute. It's just so tough. On this map, it's just so tough to come back.
Back through the same entrance, and they've all dashed in here with the Lucio buff. And they've gotten spoiled by the Zarya ult, and they're all going to get cleaned up. Their ult doesn't even matter because they're all dead besides that Tracer.
Yeah, and Channy popped his ult there, which is costly. I thought we might even see him switch off, but no, he stayed on Reaper. 30%, still maybe 2 more pushes left in them. They're going to have to play it quick though.
No, he's trying to get some shots off, and he's getting ready to dash in as Untitled Spreadsheet holding inside the checkpoint. And fighting on the left side, but Mosh has fallen off the map. Yuki trying to get a shot off here as Raz is on the outside. He's the only one on the checkpoint, sorry. Yuki's there now to join in. The Rez comes in here from the red side, and they've got the Lucio ult over the top, and they've capped Nick.
Yeah, they're really quick play. No holding in that choke point, just straight out around. We've got the Genji ult coming through now. Gets 2 kills, going for his 3rd now. He really wants to focus the healers. Elmo's still alive though. Interesting that Yuki didn't kill Elmo first. Now he's down, and yeah, Yuki just did some real work then on Genji.
Again, to recap again is they chase down the healer, and here we go, 97%. They're going to have to jump in here and do what they can to get back. As no one's on it at the moment, finally someone jumps in. As it's still ticking, someone just gets in the last minute, and that's God's blood on Lucio. No one else seems to be there. And I think the Tracer might be able to just dash in, but not close enough as Untitled Spreadsheet gets a clean victory over Tainted Minds in the semi-finals. It's a 4-0 effort here from Untitled Spreadsheet with D-Field getting player of the game as McCree. So that's something to take home for Tainted Minds. To get player of the match here. And he winds up the high noon, gets 1 as the team clears up the rest. And there goes Mosh falling down, but man, big win from Untitled Spreadsheet, Nick. 4-0.
Yeah, no, they played really good on Gibraltar. Lijiang, they look good, but I feel like King of the Hill is definitely... I would love to see the stats on King of the Hill of teams who cap the point first and then go on to win that match. Like, I'd love to see that statistic Blizzard can present it, that'd be awesome. But I just feel like that the first team to capture the point has the real big advantage, because obviously they've got the most kills, they've got the first round of ults. They should hopefully win the second team fight. If played correctly, they can hopefully stall out the retake. And yeah, just some solid play. Gibraltar was amazing, just huge. A really solid defense by Untitled Spreadsheet. Some poor character selection by Tainted Minds on their attack on Gibraltar, but and then again on their defense. But as someone sort of credited in chat, yeah, it was a really great composition that Untitled Spreadsheet ran on attack on Gibraltar. That Winston and that Genji, it was just perfect for the setup that Tainted Minds were running, which was like a little bit more spread out, split up, and it was just like the Winston and Genji just had a field day. Like so much mobility in those characters, straight onto the Widowmaker at the back. She didn't even get to do anything really, and then after that it's a 5-on-6, and just like I said, so much mobility from those two characters. Just picked the perfect lineup and executed it well.
And Untitled Spreadsheet, they're hot off their win of Jamstar number 5. They have been undefeated for the past week or two, I believe, Mick. And looks like they've made their way to the grand final. So I don't know if you're a betting man. Would you be betting on Untitled Spreadsheet to take away victory tonight?
Am I a betting man? Of course I'm a betting man. Did you say, sorry, Chiefs have gone through? Is that right?
I'm not sure. We can probably get
We don't know
confirmation.
yet.
The Chiefs have gone through. They've taken out Jan Gaming 4-0.
Oh,
Yeah.
so both teams 4-0. We get confirmation from Bizer there. Thank you very much. And we have
No
Untitled
worries.
Spreadsheet and the Chiefs. Both.
Before you
4-0.
go, Bobby,
We'll do
MVP,
the
buddy.
Plantronics.
Yeah,
we'll
we're
do the
getting around to that.
Plantronics.
So I'm winding myself around to this. The clock has finally ticked to the Plantronics MVP. Time of the match of the nominee, or I'm trying to jumble a lot of words together, but the nominee of the MVP Plantronics will be going into the draw to win a Plantronics Rig 500 HD 7.1 gaming headset. And Mick, that is your duty to pick these nominees. You may not like picking the nominees, but you are
that's
going
right,
to pick the
that's
nominees.
right. I'm just reading chat, so I have to mention this. Erupta NZ's been on it all day, and he needs a shout out. He just said that Yuki is the oceanic seagull, who was actually the player I was trying to refer to when I said Genji on the King of the Hill maps. Yuki won it last week, though. I don't know if we can give it to him again. Is that
What?
can we have a
That
double
doesn't matter,
entry?
mate.
Yeah. All right, give it to Yuki again then. Yeah, just outstanding Farah play on Gibraltar, and I love Genji on King of the Hill. I was so happy to see that.
So congratulations to Yuki there. And we'll be back very shortly with your grand final match of the Chiefs Esports Club versus Untitled Spreadsheet. BobbyJ here with Mix05 and Bizer and Crisis in the production room and helping out with admin duties. Be sure to follow GameStar on Twitter, as we'll be tweeting throughout the grand final. We'll be back with the ZOWIE Overwatch League in just a few moments.